My name is Kelsey Goins. I am from Quitman, Georgia. I was born in Augusta, Georgia. As a child, I spent most of my time in my room writing, mostly poetry. I'd write songs as well. Music was like my getaway from the world, writing in general. You started, it was back when I had just graduated from high school. I began college at Wiregrass here in Valdosta. While I was there, I met a guy. He seemed charming. He was very convincing. Some of the signs that I picked up as time progressed would be maybe the anger. There would be times where he would be sarcastic in a way. He'd make threats, say things in a jokingly manner, a lot of passive aggression, I would say. There were times where he'd drag me through the home. He would force himself on me when I didn't want to have sex with him. It was a lot with that. Most of it would be the verbal abuse, getting in my head, making me feel like I wasn't enough. The first time I exposed that I was being abused, it was difficult. I told a friend of mine. Of course, they were upset about it. They wanted me to come out and let someone know what was going on. But at the time, I really didn't want him to be arrested or anything like that. It may sound crazy, but at the time, that individual I felt like was all I had. So I held on to it with what I thought was love, but it wasn't. So as I grown and matured more, it's more easier for me to come out and expose and be able to tell my story, because it's not about me anymore. It's about helping others at this point. I believe my story could help someone that's been through it or someone that is battling with it now. As far as my self-esteem, it affected it tremendously before. There were times I would look at myself, I didn't think I was pretty enough. I didn't think I was worthy. I felt like that was it. That was love. That's the best that it would get. But that's not true. If I could let you know what the warning signs were, I would say one of the first red flags I noticed in any of the situations, because there were multiple situations, multiple relationships that I experienced it with, I would say would be the verbal abuse, the passive aggression, the silent bullying. That would be some of the warning signs. Also the controlling part. If you notice, they're trying to control where you're going. They want to know your every whereabout, all of your whereabouts. They want to control what you're wearing, how you wear your hair. Those are signs. How I overcame the abuse. Overcoming, it wasn't the easiest thing, I would say. It was not easy at all. It took a lot of me isolating myself from others. Becoming celibate is one thing that helped me. Sex can confuse a situation because of the moment, and you're not thinking about what just occurred as far as the abuse. It can confuse things. So after a while, after I would say detox myself, I purged, I isolated myself, I began my spiritual journey. That is what helped me overcome what I had occurred in those relationships. So my advice to anyone that is dealing with domestic violence, my first suggestion would be, if you're currently in a relationship, evaluate that relationship. Is the relationship bringing you peace? Are you really truly happy there? And no, other people don't dictate your happiness, but if that individual is not bringing some type of peace or joy to your life, then you need to ask yourself, why are they around? What are they doing? Also, self-love and self-care is very important. Like, I am beautiful, I am happy. Don't feel like you have to stay in a situation and that individual is harming you, because once you learn to love yourself, it really doesn't matter if that individual does or not, because you love yourself enough. But there's somebody that loves you. Love you. That's my story.